Hey everyone, it's Cinnamon. Today I'll be crushing the Lich King on 10-man normal. If this doesn't interest you, I'll be doing it on heroic mode next week, although without the Drake achievement. So let's dig right into it. I'll be doing the been waiting a long time for this achievement, so in order to survive numerous infests coupled with the necrotic plague, I swapped over to Beastmaster for the Spirit Beast's heal. Infest will do absolutely nothing as long as your health stays above 90%, and each application of necrotic plague will deal 50k every 5 seconds for 15 seconds. Now, the way you're going to want to handle the stacking of the plague. You'll want to ignore the first 3, meaning you stay far away from the ads, just as I did. Once the 4th and everyone thereafter hits, you want to call over one of the little ghouls and give him hugs and kisses until your disease passes on to him, at which point you will then need him to return to the group where he will slowly decay and eventually die. This is what I like to call Zombie Horror Simulator 2013. My choice of abilities for this were Distracting and Arcane Shot, and it may not always go as smoothly as you'd like, so Misdirection and Feint Death should be used accordingly. One thing I also want to add is you'll need to keep an eye on the Lich King's health. At 70%, he will stop spawning the undead, and by this point, you must have the 30 stacks for the achievement. When I say that, I mean that the necrotic plague itself must have 30, not the debuff on the Lich King. I made this mistake on my very first kill 2 weeks ago. If you don't know where to see that, tab between everything and you should eventually find something if you're doing it correctly. For this attempt, there were a total of 9 plagues that went out. 3 of those were ignored, and I think 2 or so were wasted. I don't know how long it took them to stack up, but hopefully that gives you some sort of idea. Alright, on to phase 2 and 3. For both of these, you'll mainly want to clump everything together and just AoE it down on top of the king himself, but at the same time, you'll want to balance your health loss and gain, so that when the transitions end and he goes back to his routine, Infest will not kill you. You also do not want to push him too far during the first transition, otherwise phase 2 will coexist with the second transition and you will get destroyed. Real quick, I want to pause the video and actually show you how I knew that I had enough. There was a split second where I tabbed to one of the frost orbs and it just happened to have the plague. I didn't even know what I was at beforehand, so I wouldn't suggest hoping for this to happen to you too. Now, what if your DPS is kind of low and you aren't sure whether you can deal with the Velks or not? Don't worry, you can disengage back onto the platform immediately after you've been dropped. I'd recommend using the Glyph for increased distance, however I did not. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else I need to explain. If I missed something or you have a question, feel free to leave it below and I'll get back to you.